Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about what if Goku had not Vegeta's, if he had Frieza's potential, the Freezy man himself. So you can say what you want during this video, but in reality, it's just my opinion. So yeah. Let's get into this. So, the destruction of planet Vegeta goes relatively the same. Nothing changes until he reaches until he reaches the point where he can get to Corn's training. Instead of taking a few days to get the water, he gets it nearly instantly. Remember, he has Frieza's potential here. So, this pretty much means that he's massively faster. Because he has sparring partners and all of that. But they outclass him in technique, which makes up for the power gap. Yeah. So he's a massively more powerful speed and all of that. And he gets the water, forgot what the water's called. He gets training from him, and then he gets sent up to Kami. Kami trains him. He puts him in the hyperbolic time chamber, but this time he puts him in for a little bit longer, because he sees this kid having massive potential. At this point, he has around a good sturdy 500 in the power level rank. So Kami thinks that he could get to the point where he could easily overpower everyone else and be a Z fighter, right? So he gets to the point where he decides to send him into the hyperbolic time chamber. He goes on for 2 years. Now at this time, I can't remember if its limit is still 1 year, so we're just going to say he comes out for a day and then goes back in. So the first time that he goes in, he comes back out, and he comes out with a power level of 1,000, and then he goes back in, and he comes back out with a power level of 1,500. Alright. Next up, we're going to go straight through, because everyone else is just a joke until Raditz comes in. He tells his brother that he's weak, that he can't do anything, and he's suppressed. Actually, no, yes, he is. He's suppressed, because, yeah, he's just chilling there suppressed. He has around 900 in his suppressed state, and he goes to punch him, and Raditz goes to punch him, and Goku flares his ki, and Raditz realizes that he doesn't really stand a chance. Because at this point, Goku's gotten a lot more training in, and he has a sturdy power level of 5,000-6,000. And his brother decides that it's just better to join forces with him because of the fact that his brother has such a low gravity. And he tells him that it would be a good idea to try to find something that's higher gravity so he can get stronger. And then maybe Raditz will be able to use him as a sparring partner. He doesn't really like the idea, but he just thinks of it as maybe he'll be able to get back at Vegeta. So he does so. He asks Bulma if she can get him to the point, if she can get him a gravity chamber. She does it for him. They take the Raditz's spaceship and they make it a ship as well. They don't need to, but they just did just in case. So, now, Vegeta and Nappa are supposed to be coming now. Goku has not gotten King Kai training, so he does not have Kaioken. Raditz sits at about 52,000. Goku at 105,000. So they massively outclass. And Krillin would occasionally train with them, but normally would just train by himself. So he sits at about 7,000. Goku does still marry Chi-Chi and Gohan because of the fact that he has loads of potential. He gets a steady power level of 8,000-9,000, and then Nappa and Vegeta come in. This time Krillin just goes in straight at Nappa. There's no time for him to plant the seeds for the Cybermen to grow. He just plants it. He doesn't have time to plant it. It's just can't happen. He doesn't have enough time. So, Krillin rushes Nappa and kills him in just a simple couple blows, because he's at a steady power level of 6,000, and Nappa's not even full power. So it's like Nappa can do anything. Vegeta's now mad. He's questioning the strength. He reads Son Goku's power level, and he realizes he might be outmatched, because it has 1, goes up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and his scouter cracks and snaps in half and explodes. He's pissed now. He sees how strong Goku is. He charges and then jumps and tries to jump Goku, and just tries to go all out. That's Goku's max. Goku flares his ki and sends Vegeta flying. He flares at about to 60,000. Raditz is a little shaken, and everyone else is blown back. Vegeta gets back up and rushes at Goku, being caught by Raditz. Raditz tells him that he wants to fight him. Raditz brings him to his knees. Goku tells him not to kill Vegeta. He asks him, who was he talking about earlier? And he says, and he tells him that he's talking about Fresa. And now Goku's interested. So Vegeta, being on the brink of death because of the fact that Raditz just kind of did some work on him, he was blown away at their strengths. So he got healed, and in the process of healing, Goku asked him to tell him what's about Frieza. Vegeta, realizing that he doesn't stand a chance if he were to try to get up and fight him, because he seems to be stronger than Raditz, he tells him everything that he knows about Frieza. This time, Frieza doesn't have dynamic. He still thinks it's a silly myth. But he does still figure this out. He's not gone yet, but he's going soon. he thinks that Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz were just joking around, but he's been looking around at Namek for a little while, and he's decided that he's gonna go there. This is when King Kai tells Kami. Kami tells Goku. Goku tells him that he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He doesn't have what it takes to beat this emperor, and he says that he can go get training from King Kai. Then he goes to get training from King Kai. King Kai's training massively boosts him. He goes from around 100,000 to being able to use Kaioken and having around 180,000. Raditz came along too and got up to about 130, but Vegeta stayed. He was too weak after all. Then, after he left and got to Namek, got to his ship to head off to Namek, because the ship had already been made. It was easy from there. They just had to head off to Namek. This time, Vegeta came along with them. Goku taught him ki sensing and stuff like that. And then they also trained together. Power levels for Namek. We have Goku sitting at the top, nearing 5 million. Nearing 5 million. Vegeta merely sitting at 500,000, and Raditz sitting at a massive number, but still below Goku, sitting at about 1 million. Then we have the saga of all of Namek. So everything until Fresa is super breezy for them. I mean, after all, Vegeta can now take out the entirety of the Ginyu Force with real ease, and because of the fact that he's not merciless, he just kills Captain Ginyu and his crew before he can take control of Vegeta's body. So they head off and find, because they had Bulma make them a Dragon Ball scanner, they head off and they find the old Guru, and he unlocks Raditz's potential, and then he also unlocks the potential of Gohan. Krillin thought that he didn't need to go, so there is no Krillin here. And it gets to the point where they're fighting Frieza. Goku doesn't have what it takes, nor does Vegeta or Raditz. Now you could give the other ones Kaioken, because Goku could have taught it to them, but I'm not going to give that to them because of the fact that we're just going to say Goku didn't know how to teach it to them. Because in reality, if Goku knew how to teach Kaioken, Vegeta would have already learned it by now. Then, after all of that, they still just weren't enough. Goku tries to charge a spirit bomb and tries to send it down at him. He got a little bit more training with King Kai, so the spirit bomb was able to charge faster. He sent it, and this time, because of the fact that they stood a small chance, he decided that he'd go 50%, and he sent it back up into the air, and it exploded with ease. Goku didn't know what to do, but then he saw poor old Gohan explode in front of him. He was pissed, furious, and he just stood there. Vegeta told him to hurry up, get down here, they need to face him together. Although he doesn't want to, he has to face him with the clown. And then Goku becomes a Super Saiyan. Vegeta's astounded. He tells Frieza how much he's made a mistake. He tells him that he's no longer stands a chance against Goku. Kakarot. And the exact words, "You no longer stand a chance. Kakarot, the silly, low-class Saiyan, has become a Super Saiyan." Sorry, I'm not very good at Vegeta voices. Frieza tells him that there's no such thing as a Super Saiyan, and he's just silly. Shooting a death beam, Vegeta narrowly dodging it, but it still hits him. It skims him in the arm. He sends another one, and it should hit Vegeta, but Goku blocks it. Well, deflects it. Goku teleports straight in front of Frieza, kicks him in the head. Frieza, realizing that he doesn't stand a chance in his 50% form. And he tells Goku that he's not full power, and then it'll be a better fight. Frieza thinks that his 100% form will be able to massively overpower Goku. They're even, but Goku's growing in power, because Saiyans grow over time in power during battles. Because of the fact that he's not a legendary Super Saiyan, it's more subtle though. And eventually, Goku's far surpassed. The Emperor being pissed, not knowing how Goku did it, shoots hundreds and hundreds of death beams at Goku. Goku just takes them all straight to the chest, and they don't even pierce through the first layer of skin. Goku shoots an instant Kamehameha straight at Frieza. He's not trying to kill him, but he might accidentally. The dust settles, Frieza's dead. Vegeta starts laughing and tells Goku how much he wanted to see Frieza die at the hands of a Saiyan. And that he finally got to see what he's always wanted to see. And tells him how he was raised, and that's why he's like the way he is. Goku says that he still has a chance. At first, Piccolo was evil. Heck, even putenchl was evil. They fly back to Earth. Remember, Piccolo never went. Piccolo never died. Piccolo's still alive, minding his own business. Goku gathers the Dragon Balls and heads off to Kami's lookout and summons Shenron. I know that he can just summon Shenron anywhere, but he decided to do it on Kami's lookout so people weren't terrified. He summons Shenron. He does what he needs to do. And he tells Shenron everything that needs to happen. But they brought Dende with them. And they tell him that this is the next god that they went passed down to. that they want this to be the new god of Earth. Because while they were at Namek, Kami asked for them to bring another god for Earth. He thinks he might die soon. Goku is calm about it, but this time he doesn't get any Yarjet training. But just before communication ends, another person interrupts the communication. Someone on Yarjet sensed that amazing energy, and he felt it destroy an evil energy, one of mass evil. And the one knew that there was a legend about an evil Fresa, and that must have been the key that got destroyed. Because it flared up. Normally, no key's that high that is that evil. And he asks if whoever killed Frieza can come train there. And King Kai agrees. King Kai agrees to notify Goku because he sensed some very odd energy. He couldn't sense much of it, but he could sense a little bit of King Kai's energy. He teleported there and asked him if he knew the giant power level that destroyed the evil power level. He told him yes, and he told him where to meet him. And Goku tells the Yardrat sure he would love to be trained there. Goku goes off and trains there. Comes back in about a year. Now, there are no androids because of how much massively more powerful Goku was when he dismantled the Red Ribbon Army. Instead of doing what he did, he just sent a massive Kamehameha wave, and it destroyed the entire thing. No one got away. After doing so, Goku now doesn't have to worry about Frieza, and Vegeta never lost his tail, Goku never lost his tail, and Raditz never lost his tail. Heck, even Goku's kid never lost his tail. But they all decided that it would be pointless to keep their tails, for the Ozaru. So they just thought, because of the fact that it's the pinnacle of a Saiyan's power, that it would be very useful to keep it. Goku, on the other hand, thought of it as something that might have even boosted his potential. Now, but I'm not saying that it's Goku's and Frieza's potential. I'm saying that he has the ability to train, and it's a very subtle, easier way. Well, it's not subtle. It's a higher, easier way of getting to Super Saiyan 2, 3, 4, and all of that. And if you're wondering what happened to Nappa, again, in the Saiyan Saga, he was killed. Vegeta, who was training on Earth, now has a power level of 12 million and can turn into a Super Saiyan. Raditz can also turn into a Super Saiyan, but he also went to Yardrat to train, and now he's sitting at a power level of 16 million, and Goku, who went to Yardrat, is sitting at 70 million, not 70 million, 27 million. This will eventually even out all three of their power levels later. So, they decide that they want another Saiyan, just in case. So they decide that they're going to revive Nappa. They revive Nappa, and they try to get him to join sides. He eventually does. They teach him how to become a Super Saiyan. And remember, Kaioken only Raditz and Goku know how to use. And Goku's trying to figure out how to evolve Super Saiyan. Goku is training in the time chamber with Nappa to help Nappa, but also unlocks a couple more forms after getting Nappa relatively the same power level as Vegeta. He's higher than Vegeta now, sitting at about 16, 17 million, around the same power level as Raditz, but Raditz is still stronger because, well, they were inside of the hyperbolic time chamber doing that. Raditz asked for another hyperbolic time chamber from Shenron. Shenron told him yes, and he created another one on top of the other hyperbolic time chamber, and it was the exact same power, and they were both upgraded. Now they can go in for however long and don't have to worry about them being locked and sealed inside. After doing this for long enough, just chilling inside of there, doing their own thing, Nappa emerges, Raditz emerges, Goku emerges, and Vegeta emerges. Vegeta slowly feeling better and better about slowly getting better and better, and having a better connection with Raditz, and he actually kind of feels like Raditz's family almost, but he doesn't want to bring it up. Raditz feels the same way and is the exact same with it. And then after they emerge, Goku and